It's beyond belief. I saw the mock-up and everything, but to see it done, it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing.
When we first arrived at Runner's Retreat, the wall coverings were really unplanned and mismatched. Now we've got a really consistent look. We've remodeled every single part of the store. It's a nice combination of interesting textures with this light ash paneling mixed with a driftwood slat wall. We created more of a boutique feel as opposed to just a traditional running store.
The lighter colors makes the store look bigger. It just makes it look more open. It's more inviting than it was. The flow is a lot better. I think now they're going to be drawn through the whole store.
Runner's Retreat, when we first arrived, was definitely lacking focal points, and we wanted to bring a place for the eye to go.
The colors and the focal points that we have in here, they're warm and inviting. They make people want to come in and just take a look and see what we have.
Mark had his own personal memorabilia and race award collection scattered throughout the whole store, and all those bits and pieces got lost. And that's a really special part of who Mark is and what makes this store so unique. We created a whole feature area that we call the Wall of Fame, and I think his customers and the kids he coaches are really going to appreciate this.
We definitely were trying to play with a little bit of a colonial feel, a local feel, use something that felt like the walking wall outside.
We went with the apple blossom theme, which is a big part of the Winchester community and culture around here. People are fired up about the Apple Blossom Festival. It's cool. It's really fun to see a community come together around such a big event.
The whole thing looks like an apple orchard, which is of course perfect for Winchester because apples are what we do here.
The backdrops to the shoe displays ultimately are a close-up of the apple blossom itself, and then the men's is a little more masculine. It's actually the orchard.
When we first visited Runner's Retreat, the men's and women's apparel was really tough to distinguish from each other. There was no signage, and they both were really kind of lost on a busy wall. So we made a separate men's category for footwear and apparel, and we did the same thing for women's, and we expanded both.
I love that the women's section and the men's section are now divided. You can actually see and appreciate everything that we have.
Having Grenacher Mannequins step in as a sponsor of the Great Store Makeover was huge. Mannequins just sell more. That's all there is to it.
We have these awesome mannequins in the front that look so realistic. They look like runners in running apparel, and that's a really big deal because it shows it off so much better than what we had before.
To have the mannequins displaying things, to be able to change that out, I really think that's going to translate to bigger sales.
Accessories are in pods of sort, the way you would look for them: safety, medical, hydration, nutrition.
I think that our existing customers are going to be blown away. I tell people, don't wear your socks because they're just going to be blown off when you come in here because it's so different. There's nothing here that looks like it did before. Thanks to the running event, to Nathan, to Belega, Superfeet, Grenacher, and 3 Dots Design, who brought this all together to a scale that's unfathomable to me, and it's just, again, beyond belief, and I am so grateful.
I've seen browsing already. They've come in and started browsing the apparel and browsing the hydration and the nutrition, and you didn't even have to point them in a direction. They just came in and started looking.
He's not just selling shoes anymore, he's selling a lifestyle.
He's sort of a local celebrity in a way. Mark's he's a blast to work with. If you get him started talking about 1984, you just kind of have to sit down and just absorb stories because he could talk forever about 1984. He makes the job really fun just because he's such a fun person to work with.